warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear viewers, today in this video we will learn English by listening to English report. Let's start.
10 years ago, Saudi Arabia announced plans to build a $20 billion city that would be home to the new tallest building in the world and would compete with neighboring Dubai as the Middle East's premier tourist destination. However, today, the city stands nearly completely abandoned. Many different problems contributed to its failure. Regional instability forced investors to be extra cautious, and financial uncertainty simply made funding nearly impossible. As a result, Saudi Arabia's $20 billion city is just a ghost town. But there may actually be more to the story than just financial troubles. Nearly 15 years ago, during the 2008 recession, the billionaire CEO of the Kingdom Holding Company announced plans to erect the world's tallest skyscraper, which would reach nearly 3,300 feet into the sky. Dubbed the Kingdom Tower, its soaring spire would make it the world's first 1-kilometer tall building. But the tower was not all they were constructing. Along with it, the Kingdom City would be built. The city would span over 2 square miles, hosting an array of commercial buildings such as hotels and offices, as well as residential buildings such as homes and apartments. But 15 years later, almost none of this has been realized. Construction for the tower began in 2013, but nearly a decade later, the tower sits with construction halted and only a third of its proposed height being completed. Practically none of the city has even begun construction, and neither it nor the tower have any plans for construction to resume. But why is this? Well, from the start, things were very bumpy. Plans were announced in 2008 during a huge global recession, so construction wasn't even able to start for another half-decade. And once it did, things did not go smoothly. Construction began on April 1st, 2013, but a year later, just its foundation had been laid. But the company persisted and above-ground construction began in late 2014. From then on, things became a little smoother and the tower slowly rose up until 2017 when construction halted because a quote-unquote anti-corruption purge was launched, which resulted in the arrest of the company's CEO as well as other Saudi billionaires. The government demanded billions of dollars for the release, and after paying an undisclosed amount of money, they were released in January of 2018. Construction then resumed with a completion date set for 2020. But labor issues put the construction back on hold, and the 2020 pandemic stomped out any chance of construction resuming. Today, the project's website shows a banner which reads, "It's happening," but nearly 4 years after his release, the base of the tower still stands with no sign of any plans. So what is going on here? Well, a few years prior to the Kingdom City's announcement, the ruler of Saudi Arabia announced plans to erect a different city named after the king himself. This, coupled with the arrest of the Kingdom Holding Company's CEO, raises the theory that perhaps the government may not want the city or its tower to actually come to fruition. Whether or not this is true is uncertain, but regardless, how construction of the Kingdom City has played out is very odd. Although almost none of the city exists, the abandoned tower, which soars 1,000 feet into the sky, shows a symbol of what could have been, but unfortunately is not a reality. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click on the video on screen as well.
Thanks for watching.